5C analysis. This is looking at 5 elements that are applied to international business, including customers, collaborators, competition, company, and climate, as follows. Customer. What's the market size? What is the market profile and the segments? What are the benefits to the customers? Where and how do customers buy the products or services at the moment? So the channels. What is the frequency of purchases? So how often do they buy? And what is the number of purchases? So how many do they buy when they buy? Collaborators. These include suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, and other business partners. Competition. This could be direct or indirect. So do you both sell burgers, for example? Market share. The products or services they offer, including the benefits. The weaknesses of these products or services. The type of product or service. So is it luxury or is it basic? So what's the positioning? And the unique selling points, the USPs. So we need to analyze the competition. So what are they selling? What's selling well? What does not sell well? What products are developing? So learning from their mistakes is much less costly than learning from your own mistakes. So look at their pricing, the offers they give, and their pricing strategies. Look at their location, their access to customers or potential customers. Look at their comparison websites. What are the customers saying about these other companies? Company, that's our company. What's the mission? What is the culture or ethos of the company? What products or services do we offer? What is the image of the company in the market? And what technical expertise do we have? Climate, pastel, political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal. Porter's 5 forces. So we have to be aware of all the different types of competition from 5 different aspects. So first of all, the threat of new entrants. So could a rival start offering a similar product to ours in our country? The power of suppliers. So can we control suppliers and the cost they can charge? Generally speaking, the fewer suppliers, the more you have to pay. The power of buyers. So how easily could a buyer drive down prices by having plenty of choice or being able to switch to another product? The threat of substitutes. So how easily can a customer switch to a similar product? Competitive rivalry. So how much competition is there, both nationally and globally, and what sort of products do they offer? SWOT. Looking at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats of your business and or your products or services. What if scenario? So looking at a potential decision and the range of possible outcomes and the possible consequences of these outcomes. So think about a farmer. So what if there is extreme weather, such as a drought or a flood? What if my skilled worker is unavailable? What if there's high mortality among my livestock? Pastel. 6 external factors affecting your business. So these are political, economic, sociological, technological, environmental, and legal. Political. So for example, what effect will Brexit have on my finances? What changes in the law have there been? Will the government help me with a grant, for example? Can I get tax benefits? Think about trading with a communist country. Could that present challenges? The public sector in different political systems. These are the services provided on behalf of the government of a country, which are normally paid for through taxes. So think about the police, the army, education, hospitals, and the government itself. So some countries are very left-wing or socialist and have higher taxes to pay for more extensive public sector. Other countries are right-wing and have lower taxes and less of a public sector because they want to encourage more private investment and competition. Economic. So think about inflation. If this is low, then prices will be kept down, so our costs will also be kept down. Think about interest rates or tax. How will they affect our business? So high interest rates means high borrowing cost. If interest rates are low, we can borrow money to invest in better machinery, equipment or buildings so we can stay up to date and we can remain competitive. What is the level of employment? If it's high, then people will have more money to spend. Tax systems in different countries. So countries vary according to how much income tax people have to pay, how much corporation tax you have to pay, how much VAT, value added tax, will be charged on goods. So think about it varies from 17% in Luxembourg, for example, 27% in Hungary, and in the UK currently it's about 20%. Inflation. These are general price increases expressed as a percentage and worked out using the retail price index, the RPI, or the consumer price index, the CPI. If this is high, then things are expensive, so demand is likely to fall, particularly if wages have not gone up by the same rate. Unstable inflation rates make it more difficult for businesses to plan what they can do in the future. How tax, inflation and interest rates affect international business. So high interest rates means borrowing money becomes more expensive to pay back. So taking out a mortgage will be expensive on a building or a house, so you'll have less money to spend on other things. On the other hand, people with savings will gain with high interest rates, so they will have more money to spend. Tax avoidance and tax evasion. So tax avoidance is a legal way of not paying taxes, often through employing a skilled, knowledgeable accountant. Many people believe it's immoral, even though it is legal. Tax evasion is deliberately not paying taxes that you should be paying, and this is illegal. Recession. When a country's economy is declining, which negatively affects sales, profits and investments. Unemployment is rising, output is reducing, interest rates are falling. High unemployment means fewer taxes are being paid, spending is lower, especially on luxury goods, and there is more need for government spending on benefits. Social. So changes in tastes or fashions may affect us. So would something sell well in one place but not in another place? Population changes can take place. So in the UK, the population has grown by 20 million over the past 100 years, and there is an ageing population. It's also a much more culturally diverse population than before, and the population is more educated, there are more women working, and there are more people also working from home. There's been an increase in the number of pawnbrokers, gambling sites, pound shops and charity shops. By contrast, pubs are struggling to survive. The increase in charity shops means people's money can go further, and they're also helping good causes. People are becoming more concerned about environmental issues and ethical issues such as cruelty to animals, and this may affect people's eating habits. Tobacco use also has decreased. There's a wider diversity of ethnicity in the UK in recent decades, reversed a bit since Brexit, and this affects buying habits, so food we buy, and local government services. Religion or beliefs. So Muslims and Jews do not eat pork, and many abstain from alcohol. Hindus don't eat beef. During the month of Ramadan, Muslims may be less focused on work. Lifestyle habits. There are more vegetarians, there are more vegans, people are more health conscious, and there's changing attitudes towards gender identity, LGBT, etc. Technological. So advances in technology may affect what you buy and how you operate. So for example, could we develop an app? Products become rapidly obsolete. They become out of date as new things come in. Most people now have a laptop, and so more and more people are shopping online. Technology automation and improved communications have affected businesses over the last 30 years. These create opportunities for new businesses, and internet usage is now almost a necessity. Robots are increasingly used in production. The way we buy things has changed. People are increasingly working from home, particularly since the COVID pandemic. Wi-Fi facilities are more widely available in cafes, trains, airplanes, shopping centres, and this helps people to maximise their business time. The positive effects of technology on international business. So communication is now much quicker and easier. Social media use changes how companies communicate. Updates can be made quickly. Translation software reduces language barriers, and there is now 24/7 sales available. More markets can be reached worldwide. You could have online meetings, which are very commonplace. There's less paper, or there will be less paper hopefully required, and GPS enables tracking of items in transit. The negative effects of technology on international business. So there is more competition now from global companies. The high street is suffering as customers go online. There's more training required, and there's also the chance of more online crime. Environmental. So new laws may be passed about causing pollution. There could be recycling issues. What if there's poor weather? There's increased demand for renewable energy, so like solar power, wind energy. People are more conscious of their carbon footprint. There's pressure for responsible sourcing, such as fish stocks, and animal welfare generally is much more of an issue. There are differing climates, transport links, provision for electricity or water, access to medical services. Are you working on the mainland or are you on an island? Is there the need for shipping, or is lorry transportation sufficient? Legal. New laws about production or consumer protection. There are various laws regarding partnerships, companies, charities, competition, financial services, or different industries, and we must keep up to date with any change to legislation. Different laws in different countries could affect international trade, so these can vary in terms of employment law, licenses required, contract law, tax to be paid, how accounts need to be produced, and what is or isn't a crime. So for example, bribery is acceptable in some countries, not in others. Ethical factors affecting international business. So for example, are people being paid an unreasonably low wage? Is child labour being exploited? Are health and safety standards being upheld? There are many different methods of international payment. Cash in advance. Now this may be needed in countries where cash is needed to produce the goods. Trust is needed by the buyer, but the supplier may prefer cash, and also a cash offer could help to negotiate a better deal. Letters of credit. This is offering a guarantee of payment within a certain time, and a bank will guarantee payment in return for shipping terms being met. Now this reduces risk for both parties, having the bank in the middle of the two of them. Open account. So goods are shipped first, the payment comes later. Now for the seller, this could cause cash flow issues if the payment is slow. There is the risk of non-payment, but if it's not offered, you could lose sales. Now, the political climate of the country where the goods are being received is very important. Consignment. The contract means the seller remains the legal owner until the goods are sold. There's risk as distributor looks after the goods until sold, but it gives a quicker sale. International credit card. So varying rates and benefits between cards. A prepaid card offers a lower risk, and there can be insurance for cards that offer more protection with trading overseas, but the charge will be higher. International bank transfer. This is a very secure way to move money from one country to another. Okay, it can reduce transfer fees, and it can avoid changes in exchange rate, which can help planning. but it may only accept a major currency like the yen, the dollar, the euro, or the pound. Commercial payment systems. This helps to move payments from one country to another. Think about PayPal, Bitcoin, Apple Pay, or Android Pay. Guys, thank you for listening. Please could you subscribe and like, as it helps us to produce more and better videos like this in the future. Also, could you comment below what type of information you would like in the future as a guideline for us. Thank you again, guys, and see you all again soon.